Hey everyone, welcome to Pouring Takes Podcast. I'm Charlie Van.
And I am Rayya. We are out on the road again. If you're not following us on our socials, you will not catch us. So
you are missing out.
Again, pouringtakes.com. Follow us everywhere because we are going places.
Every week. I mean, we have already been going places, but now we're upping the ante,
This is
the
our
adventure.
second event this week alone. It's so exciting to be on.
It's like we're on a tour, like we're touring around. We just need a bus, a van.
Groupies?
Yes. Yes. So
You heard it here first.
Yes, I knew you would get there first.
More groupies, please.
I couldn't help it. I had to.
No, but there's so many great events going on, and we're so excited to be here at Four Corners Brewery for Pong for a Cause here tonight. It's about to get started.
Yeah, we're waiting for all the players to sign up. There's 6 tables that we are watching over. We've got the great beer.
Oh, yes.
Which one are you drinking?
It's still October, so I'm having the Oktoberfest.
Oh.
Prost, as I like to say.
That is awesome. I am having the limited edition Chupacabra. Got to get my
Ooh.
Mexican lager on.
Well, you did already have, like, fajitas.
Yes, that is true. I
So-
did have fajitas before coming here tonight. I was smart. I ate before I'm about to drink all these beers.
I like to go right on an empty stomach,
You're
feel
going
it
to
all
get
natural.
very 2 different personalities out of me and Charlie tonight, but that is okay.
Well, Rayya, what is your, this is our second Pong experience, beer Pong experience. What is your, strategy?
That's a good question. So I do this really weird thing where I don't shoot straight on.
Yeah.
I like to go either way right or way left.
So you're not a straight shooter.
I am not a straight shooter. I like the challenge. I like to go beyond the arc. Just call me Luka Doncic with that step back.
Hey, either way, as long as you take the shot.
What about you, Charlie?
Man, I am a straight shooter. I'm narrow, right? I gotta be tunnel focus. I'm already dyslexic, so I'm already over the place if I'm not. So directionally challenged. I actually have been part of one of the Pong tournaments here. Got pretty far. Shout out to my good buddy Daniel and I one night for Diff Mixer. We said, why not? We got pretty far.
That's
So-
amazing. Are you just a normal shooter? Do you shoot backhanded? Do you have special trick shots?
No,
Oh my
you
God,
mean
when I was
who
in college,
shoots
I met a
backhanded?
guy who shot
crazy
like
people.
this.
Now around the back,
Insane.
that's never easy. Nah, no elbow anyway. So just a little flick of the wrist.
Little flick of the wrist.
Well, actually, I'm more of I wish I had the remember how Michael Jordan in Space Jam, his arms stretched out kind of thing? That's how I like to be. Because I'm not very tall. I'm lanky, though. I try to have the pterodactyl Michael Phelps arms going. Just kind of throw the swoosh
So
right in there.
I'm like I said, I like Luka. I
Yeah.
have a very high arcing shot.
All right.
I guess that comes from my basketball background, but I believe the higher the arc, the better the shot. I don't know. It works for me. I do pretty well in beer pong.
It does make a bit of a splash.
Yeah.
Whenever you land it in there.
Everybody loves a good splash, Tanner.
Hey.
Ooh, now are you more? Do you guys prefer, in a re-rack scenario, diamond or zipper?
I'm a Bozo the Clown kind of guy.
All right.
I like him in
Explain.
a straight line. Just
Oh.
a straight line, straight on.
I call that
Well,
an
that's-
I formation.
Yeah.
That's not a zipper? I thought that was
No,
kind of a
zipper
zipper
is the
is-
2
Oh,
and 2.
okay. Straight line.
So I actually
I like that terminology, though.
I started out as a diamond girl. I
Oh,
started
yeah.
out as a
Diamonds are a
girl.
girl's best friend.
But now I like zipper. I prefer zipper.
Well,
That's a good move. Zipper's very formidable.
Thank you.
we got a lot of things to unzip here today from our sports teams. But we're excited to be here once again. Four Corners Brewery, Pong for a Cause. Super excited.
Yes, so all the money raised here tonight is going to charity. It's a $10 donation to play.
That's awesome.
There's also shirts that you can buy for a $30 donation. And it looks like we've got a really great crowd out here.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting signed up, getting their beers. We'll see how this thing shakes out. I've never, outside of our Beer Olympics experience, I've actually never been to a beer pong tournament. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this so much. Hey, maybe we'll get a celebrity shot in.
Hey, that would be good. I do like a good celebrity shot, but it's kind of like your phone in like on $1 Million. Who wants to be a millionaire? Yeah, phone a friend. Lifeline. You gotta be careful.
I'm a ringer.
Yeah.
I'm really good.
Now, how we would play in college is whoever would lose would have to, we call it the troll, have to sit under the table. I don't think that's the rules here. But it definitely lets you know winning is everything.
I thought you only get punished if you don't sink a cup. That's how we played. If you didn't sink a cup, you had to do some kind of outrageous dare.
I mean, house rules vary place to place.
Yeah, it's all over the place. It depends on the mercy of whoever you're playing Pong with. But I don't foresee that happen here. But I'm excited to see the teams. It's always fun. And once again, Four Corners, so many great beers here on tap. Wednesday nights, I believe they do pickleball.
Pickleball?
Yeah, and there's also music trivia tonight.
Yeah, this is the place to be. Weeknight activities, this is the place to be.
Tuesday. I mean, if you want to wash away Monday, come on in.
That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of slow Mondays, we had an eventful day at the fair this past Sunday, didn't we, guys?
We sure did.
Oh, did we?
And if you missed it, we podcasted from the Cotton Bowl. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. We were at the last day of the state fair, and once again, shout out to our good friend Jay Bowman for getting us in there, hooking us up. And, I mean, there's a lot of things I've done. I never would have thought getting a chance to podcast inside the Cotton Bowl.
Not to mention the tour,
yes.
The golf cart.
Yes.
VIP treatment all the way, pure class. Can't wait to go back.
Yeah, shout out to our guy Jack. Sorry, Jack. I don't think we got your last name.
All right.
But
he was a good dude.
You were such a great dude, man.
Super sweet.
Assisting, broadcast major, graduate. So all the staff over there, and shout out to the beer barn.
Yes.
The Bolski's
guy.
Craig. I mean, man, we had that the iceberg, the frozen ranch water,
and the Jello shots.
Oh, the Jello
God.
shot. Hey, were those shots a little strong?
Man, I was feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a happy girl.
I was having a real good time.
We had ourselves a corn dog.
We tried the cotton candy bacon.
That was actually really
enjoyed
deviously
that.
good.
We hung around for the Commodores.
Yes, you guys did go to the Commodores.
We did.
Delightful. Royalty. What amazing show.
Per Tanner's recommendation, I had it's the Dominican dog, but it's the Dominican
Friteria dog or Friteria
It's kind of like a
dog?
Frito.
Oh, it is.
It's everything.
It's a little of everything.
It's a hodgepodge, but it's greatness all around.
Check
really
it out
love
next year.
that. Might have had a little heartburn, but it's okay. It was worth it.
Well, I am really glad we got to do all that. But now we got to get to the business. And the
Standing on business or like just our usual business?
Our Dallas sports business. The whole reason this podcast even exists.
Well, there is at least
the reason
one.
why we drink.
Hey, there's at least two teams that we're going to talk about that stand on business.
You would hope they do.
There's one that we're trying to figure out what is their business model or business plan. Should we start with that first?
All right, let's hit it. We are hitting Cowboys therapy.
All right, we won bye week. When I mean that, we didn't.
Nobody got hurt.
Dak got engaged.
And Jerry Jones got slaughtered by the media.
Well, that's kind of halfway.
Okay, he tried to get a radio host fired.
Well, and then today was like, I don't have to say sorry. We don't have to say sorry here. And then completely dismissed Derrick Henry, and that one's going to haunt him. No matter, I think, even if we go in, we get like an Ashton Janty, and that's a conversation for another time, people are still going to haunt him for not getting Derrick Henry.
Well, I said it in the last episode, and I'm going to say it again. We are not going to talk in circles about the same shit over and over. So we're going to do this. We're going to say, all right, we got a game, Sunday Night Football, in San Fran against the 49ers. 49ers team is absolutely depleted, gutted, whatever you want to say. Deebo Samuel in and out of the hospital with pneumonia. Brandon Ayuk, torn ACL, done for the year.
ACL and MCL.
And MCL, my bad.
Ooh.
Brutal. Greg Kittle, foot injury. Christian McCaffrey still out with Achilles tendonitis. Don't know if he'll ever come back. What happened? Like, what is going on? We saw them against Kansas City this past week.
Yeah.
And it was not pretty. It was not eventful.
It is definitely, if there is a Super Bowl losing curse, they're feeling it. And it's not the first time. I was saying, here my take on it. This feels a lot like 2020. Jimmy G went down. Nick Mullins comes in. Greg Kittle was banged up. And
George Kittle.
I'm sorry, George Kittle. And that was right after losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Ironically, they're somewhat in the same position. Maybe not at quarterback, but, I mean, who is he throwing to right now?
Well, you got Jordan Mason, who's been pretty solid at running back.
Yeah.
And then is John Jennings still at this team? Oh, no, he's in New Orleans now.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot right now that is.
I can't remember the guy's name.
Okay, how about this? Not the weapons that makes them such a formidable foe that has made them stand, where you're looking on paper, you're like, okay, this is scary. And Purdy did not have the greatest game on Sunday.
Nope,
a lot of exposure, and this is what people wondered.
As a fantasy owner of Brock Purdy, longtime fantasy owner, he is on my dynasty team, so I've had him for a couple seasons. Yeah, Sunday was rough.
Yeah, very rough. It's going to be interesting to see what the strategy, the adjustment. Oh, go right ahead.
Go get your ball. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from them. I mean, obviously, we have our injuries too, but their weapons are so more superior, and to not have those guys is going to be interesting.
This kind of brings up something that we talked about when we were at the State Fair on Sunday, is the difference between being bad and being cursed.
Yeah.
This is an example of an actual curse, whereas the Cowboys are just bad.
I mean, the Niners are not a bad team. They had some early struggles, like many teams have this season, but they're a team when they can get going. They got the tools, they got the coaching, but right now they're just in probably the roughest peak that I've seen them since that 2020 season.
So let's get into the game a little bit here. Talking about all the injuries they have on offense, their defense pretty much is the same, right?
Yeah. But can defense catch their own ball? And
defense can return interceptions that Dak is throwing a lot of lately.
There is that. Well, Fred Warner,
You can force a fumble, but we have to run the ball for that to happen.
So we got that going for us. But, I mean, at the same time, this is just an ugly slop, I feel. It may be a kick fest.
Is it the Brandon Aubrey 70-yard field goal game?
It very well could be. Now,
if my wife gets her way, yes.
Yes.
Because one of the highest scoring people on her team.
I believe that.
To add to Rayya's point, don't let that fool you, because you still got Kyle Shanahan who will find ways to cook up stuff. And there's always that team that no matter how many times you play and they get the best of you, they're just in your head. Like we are to the Giants, the Niners are to us.
That is our boogeyman.
Even though we did beat them in 2020 when they were broken down and we had no Dak. We had Garrett Gilbert, by the way, your guy, SMU. But that's not saying a lot, and I think this is going to be one of those, if we win, it's not going to feel great because you're not beating the team. And I think vice versa. I mean, they're not getting any defense, and they're not, I mean, it's ugly.
And it's on Sunday Night Football, which is even worse. I want to check the weather. The only thing missing is rain. If it rains, worst football game of all time.
Yeah, if it does rain, I mean, that's some extra adversity.
Hey, when it rains, it pours.
There you go. That is our take.
The single worst line from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay, well, let's kind of break it down a little more. Let's go with the Cowboys. Ways to win with what you got.
Don't turn the ball over. Dak needs to stop playing hero ball. He needs to stop forcing things to Sedarius.
I still think there's somewhat of a chemistry issue right there. There's something going on in general.
I agree, and that's why we keep forcing. That's why we continue to force the ball to CD. I'd like to see him get work out of the Jalens a little bit, Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert. I'd like to see Jake Ferguson have a more elevated role, and I'd like to see them run the damn ball if possible.
Rico Dowdle all day. Big success in that Steelers game. You dialed him back. Didn't give him much in that Lions game. Made no sense.
Well, when you're down, you're not running the ball. If you get down early, they're going to make Dak throw 50, 60 times.
But outside of Pittsburgh, they haven't really been using him that much. And when you do, you see the effectiveness.
Do you know why they used him in Pittsburgh? Because it was wet and gross there.
And it sounds like it could be the same.
I don't know. I didn't check the weather in San Fran yet.
Hey, I don't care whether it's wet or gross. The guy can move. I mean, he's your best option that you have.
Are you on this bandwagon because you feel like you have no choice?
I want to say a bandwagon. He's better than Zeke right now. And, I mean, what other option? And if he can't move, and we saw last season.
I mean, I just feel like you put on a little extra for Rico, which I'm not judging.
Well,
I mean,
if you're
going
to bring, well, what option? I mean, if you're going to bring him
I'm
back.
not into any guy.
That's a lie. We've spent many episodes talking about your list of your fantasy league over here. All I'm saying is.
Bang!
All I'm saying is, you said you need to run the ball. That's the guy to run the ball. Outside of, my guy, the fullback. That's the only way we're gonna do it, though. That's the only way.
Get me more Kevontae Turpin.
Well, yeah. But he's got a lot to fill this weekend after chirping back at Troy Aikman, and I'm like, come on, man.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
How do you personally feel about the things
I'm
that Troy
fine
Aikman
with
came
it.
out
Somebody
and said?
needs to say it. I mean, Troy Aikman was that guy that, during that Switzer era that was so mad because the lack of discipline and everything. He'll tell it like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat it just because it's his former team. He's saying what needs to be said and what may or may not be said behind closed doors. I mean, I'm sure deep down probably, yes, the players know that things aren't going right. But you need someone in the higher personnel to take responsibility. Look what Gerard Mayo just said about, the softness of the Patriots. I mean, he calls it like he sees it, and it's true.
Yep.
Our routes are bad.
I'm surprised that not other, Cowboy legends have come out and said, yo, this team fucking sucks.
Well, they're not, I guess they hang around maybe Jerry a little bit more and go into things that Troy
they're worried
Aikman.
they might get fired by Jerry, you know what I mean?
Well, and Michael Irvin does it a little bit differently.
Michael Irvin's busy with the University of Miami.
Yes.
He's on all fours on a sideline somewhere.
What is it? Playmaker? What is it?
88.
88.
Playmaker 88. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you guys. I'm just going to interject real quick. All of this, all the terribleness, all the grandstanding, all the just tanking the season, it's to get Coach Prime.
Oh, here we go again.
There you go.
You know what?
Coach Prime's coming.
As long as he comes without Shador, I'm not mad about it.
I'm pretty sure he's not coming with Shador. Shador is going to be a Raider at this point.
It's going to be
or
a
Giant.
A Giant.
No
way.
No, then Dion will go to Giant.
Yeah, Dion could go to the Giants. I could see that.
Well, it just depends on where he falls right now. Because I think his teammate is going to be number one over him, Travis Hunter.
That's a different conversation.
But anyways,
for a different day.
run the ball. Like you said, run the ball. Once again, got it. I don't know how I feel about stopping the run. Like you said, Mason's has done enough.
And you know what? On the defensive side of the ball, you're not matched up against tier 1, tier 2 receivers this week.
No.
This should be a good, get back moment for the Cowboys secondary.
Well, this has got to be a big day for Diggs. It really has to be. He's got to dig deep and be that veteran because I know he's coming off the injury, but he has just not been himself. And, it's just we need him. We need that veteran, especially since the other side's rookie. Now, do we know if Bland is official?
I was about to say
I know it's day-to-day.
It's not been released yet, so that is definitely up. We just had a bye week. It could happen.
But even if Bland's coming back, it's a first game back.
Micah Parsons is coming back.
I don't see him coming back.
Reminder: we're filming on a Tuesday, so we won't know until for another 2 days.
I don't see Parsons. I really don't. I feel like there would be a lot more positive right there. Bland, I'm not surprised, but don't expect him to be fully to that explosive. That's
but this
jumping back
makes
in.
sense as a good get-back game because, like I said, you're going to go up against wide receiver 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. This isn't – you're not playing Debo. You're not playing Brandon Ayuk. You're playing the backups.
Well, we hope that one side of that ball really shows up because it's been really tough for Diggs. I mean, not even tackle.
You read my mind. I was going to say, being in that secondary, you're probably going to be making the bulk of the tackles because the 49ers will run on us.
Well, can I ask you something as someone who has suffered an injury like that?
Yeah.
How much in the mind? Especially because our corners have to cut like that and like.
It's so brutal. My first 6 weeks of boxing after I was cleared after my knee surgery, there were certain movements and footwork drills that I couldn't do, and I would get frustrated to the point where I'd be legitimately crying in public, and I'd be like, "Am I dumb? Can I I couldn't connect the dots as quickly as I used to." It takes a lot of patience and a lot of time to get back to those movements that you used to be so comfortable with.
And we're in what, week 6, 7?
Yes.
So I mean, mentally, I mean that still could be very heavy.
We're going into week 8.
Yeah. So I mean, but still time. I mean, it not everybody gets back that fast. I mean, there's been some instances, but there's some that it takes a long time, and you just even wonder if they're ever going to get back there. But it definitely feels a little mental for him.
Yeah, I agree. But we'll see who ends up being on the field. But to recap, on the offensive side of the ball, we both agree they need to run the ball, and they don't want to rely too much on CD. Yeah. We don't want to turn the ball over. On the defensive side of the ball, we need our secondary to play like a proper secondary, and they need to be able to stop the run.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And Brandon Aubrey hits a 70-yard field goal.
I think there's definitely going to be a lot of kicking.
Absolutely
I will
right.
say the positive is we've been great on the road. And so whatever the odds may be, and even as ugly as some of the turnovers, we've made it happen on the road. For some reason, we can't make it click at home.
All right, so give me your game pick and your shot take, Charlie Van.
All right, my game pick, I'll give you my shot take first. I think this is all going to come down to the offense, to be honest. It's going to be very close. But the offense, I'm going to go with Turpin touchdown. I still believe in Turpin.
It's Turpin time.
I'm going to go Turpin touchdown, and I'm going to go a Dottle touchdown. I think they know what they have to do there, and they have to use him.
Okay. For my shot take, I'm going to agree with the sentiment that you have to run the damn ball, and I think Dakota is going to do a lot of running. So I'm going to give Dak 1 touchdown running, not passing, as well as over 50 yards rushing.
Which, man, when he used to do that back in the day, it was beautiful.
It was. I think he's got a little extra swagger. She said yes.
Yes.
CD isn't the only important person in his life anymore.
No, Zeke is still.
we do love Zeke. Was at the engagement party. Yeah. He was in the photos. But yeah, I really think running the ball is going to be key to anything happening in this game. Tanner, your shot take?
No touchdowns for the Cowboys.
Not again.
All field goals.
All field goals.
Oh my God.
One of them might be 70 yards.
Hey, you still got your double down on the 70-yard, yeah?
That's right. That's my whole season. A 70-yard field goal is happening this year.
Okay, and then game pick.
I'm going to be, you know what? Lately, I have not been the optimist. I haven't. But I'm just going to go my pick based on hypothetical if Bland comes back, not having those wide. Niners work based off of those wide receivers. I'm going to say it's a close win. I think we win by a field goal.
I was going to say Niners by a field goal.
Niners, they're going to double whatever our score is.
Wow, so, you are an asshole today.
So Kyle Shanahan's going to play football.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Do you know
rough.
something we don't? You're very confident.
I've been a Cowboys fan for a long time.
Me too. Fuck the Cowboys.
Damn right.
There we go. See, Jerry, this is why you can't talk to the fans. He wants to hear from the fans.
It's the most abusive relationship
It's
I've
a long,
ever been
toxic relationship. It hurts. It's the longest one. Same here. Yeah. High five. I don't know if we should cheer for that. All right, here we go. Cheers, man. Heck yeah. Go Mavs.
This is what we get for doing
See,
road
Jerry,
shows.
that's why you don't want to talk to the fans because.
So, okay.
Well, I'll let you know.
Putting a bow on that. Once again, Sunday Night Football, 7:20 kickoff time in San Francisco. Moving along, NFL Week 7 action. Give me some highlights, something that you found exciting. Talk to me, Charlie. Maybe some power rankings.
Man, I love, honestly, yesterday seeing what the Ravens are doing. I mean, it sucks for the Bucs, the injuries, but
thoughts and prayers to Mike Evans
Ravens
and Chris
starting
Godwin.
off 0-2, just to shake that adversity.
Lamar
And
Jackson, 5 touchdowns.
Hey, you got my Mark Andrews in the end zone.
My wife
No, I mean,
whooped my ass with Lamar Jackson.
So you have to clean the fridge.
Yes. Absolute destruction.
I will
not bad.
admit, didn't get to see a lot of the stuff because we were perusing around, but the Ravens, though, I love what they're doing. It really looks like Lamar. It could be Lamar's year.
Kansas City finding ways to win despite injuries.
Yeah.
They lost Juju Smith-Schuster now. They're just super thin at wide receiver, but still finding ways to win.
They're
It's
the
super
Patriots.
impressive. Kareem Hunt doing a great job at running back for them. Travis Kelce still getting his groove together.
Still rocking the
Swift,
mustache.
Taylor Swift back on the Eras Tour, Miami. She sang Karma, and on each night she said, Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me. My queen.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any healthy offense in the NFL
I know.
right now?
It's
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Are they it? They
They're
have to be.
fully healthy.
Like everybody.
Ooh, we didn't talk about Jamil Williams.
Oh, Jamison Williams?
Or sorry, Jamison Williams bus suspension.
Yeah, PEDs. 2 games.
So do you take back your win over the Cowboys?
No, I'm totally sticking to it.
No. Can you at least shave down the points a little bit?
Yeah. They'll win by 2/3.
But it's not like he was the only reason they beat us.
No, but you know. This is MMA.
Okay, so Baltimore looks good. Detroit looks good. Kansas City looks good. Minnesota showed a little bit of weakness against the Lions this week. Green Bay over to the Houston Texans. Big fucking win there.
And just before we got here, it's all part of Week 7. Trade rumors of Matt Stafford going to the Vikings.
Ooh.
And maybe the Darnold to the Rams. That's just a rumor. I saw on the X, the Twitter.
They're also looking to trade Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, too. I mean, the Rams, they went all in 1 year, and now they're all out.
Are they more all out than the Cowboys?
It's like the hokey pokey, shake it all about.
Oh, goodness.
See, next year we'll see Sean McVay in the booth.
Or he'll be on the sideline for the Cowboys.
I know why you want that.
Sean McVay.
Well, if we're not going to get Ben Johnson, we might as get another one that's coaching prodigy.
I'm just going through my mental notes. Anything else that stood out to me? Danny Dimes benched, but continues to be the starter in New York.
Danny, yep. And then
Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams' first game reunited in a loss to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson at quarterback.
Yeah.
A real fucking fly, which is what
Steelers
I called.
country, let's ride.
I called it in the beginning of the season. So give me your top 5. Right now.
I think Ravens number 1, just based on how dominant they've been playing. Kansas City number 2. I think those are close second. Detroit number 3. I think Steelers.
I would put Green Bay
Yeah,
over
Green Bay
Pittsburgh.
number 4. Green Bay 4.
Because that's a big win that came down to the wire against Houston.
5. Steelers at 5.
And not Amari Cooper. Wow, I was thinking about Buffalo.
No, but hey, what a great catch he had.
He put up some fantasy points.
I know.
Finally.
I know because I had Keon Coleman. He didn't get as much.
So I would go Green Bay, then Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I think it's a good top 5.
Amazing. Switching gears, let's talk about the Dallas Stars.
Where are we at right now in the game?
I don't know. It was 1-0 when I stopped watching.
They're playing the Sabres tonight in Buffalo. But so far, doing pretty well. Couple losses. I think 2 losses so far. Had a little bit of injuries, but I mean, as we talked about on Sunday, I mean, love
we're
what
down
they're doing.
2-0 now.
Okay, not good. All right, drink. All right, rough Tuesday, tough Tuesday. I always like to say in the office, technical Tuesday, where things just get a little shaky.
Little shaky, and that's okay.
It's early. There's 82
early on
games.
in the season, 82 games. We've only played like 7.
I know, and most out of those 7, they look pretty strong. They've looked pretty well.
And we already had our debate about Jake Ottinger's contract, so if you haven't seen Sunday's episode yet, go back and watch it because that was a very interesting conversation we had. Anything else Stars related?
Yeah, I mean it's exciting to see them back. I mean we gave a good recap on them on Sunday, but a lot of games to be played. I feel like they have a good talent here.
And if you haven't picked up, the noise behind us has gotten real loud.
We got Pong going on.
Beer
Pong
Pong
for
tournament
cause.
is in full swing. We'll be filming some content for you guys. You can see what we're seeing. Talk to some of these players. Get involved in such a great cause. But in the meantime, before we step out there, let's do this. There's a huge UFC card on Saturday.
Yes.
And what does that mean for us, Charlie Van?
You can catch us at Maple Landing, 1 o'clock, because it is during the day. Since it is in Abu Dhabi, we're having our watch party again. Come stop by. $6 whiskeys, man. You can't beat that.
And great freaking food.
Oh, yeah, the barbecue, the
poutine. The brisket poutine.
It's so good. All the food there. Brisket tacos, you name it. They got it. They also got great beer on tap as well. So stop on by. These
fights are going to be great. There'll be college football on. It'll be an all-out sports day, and I can't fucking wait.
Well, we don't have to go down the whole card, but let's just say that the co-main event.
I just really want to quickly shout out 2 of our friends are actually fighting on this card.
Jeff Neal.
And Kennedy and Wazuchuku
is
also fighting. Big fights for both of them.
So best luck to those guys. Big fights for them. Co-main event. Keeps getting rescheduled, but it's gonna happen. Fingers crossed. We still got the whole rest of the week. Robert Whitaker, Hazmat Chaev, essentially a title eliminator for 185. Super excited for various reasons. 1, I mean, Hazmat is a beast wrestler, but 2, Robert Whitaker has overcome some of the best wrestlers in the division. And he's so explosive, and when you think he's out, he's not. Bobby Knuckles gets it done. So
this is going to be a 5-round grinder. I am very curious to see how Hazmat does in a deep fight, in deep waters, because Bobby Knuckles is going to put you in deep water.
Well, he has championship experience. Hazmat, loves to start off strong, and he showed a little fade against Usman in the 3rd round and realized Usman took that fight on 10 days' notice.
Right.
But Bobby's bigger. What I'm going to be interested to see, and what I love, go watch the Yoel Romero fight against Robert Whitaker. The way he uses explosive hits, and Yoel Romero is a silver medalist in the Olympics, so he's going to have to use a lot of kicks. If this fight stays standing, it is Bobby's night. But Hazmat has such a great shot at takedown. He's going to have to defend that.
I was going to say, I feel like the UFC wants Hazmat matched up against DDP. I think that is the route they want to go.
Well, I mean, I think they just want him in that shot no matter who it is. I mean, he has made noise, rightfully so. I mean, he's beat everybody.
Yeah, but you know how the UFC kind of picks a guy and pushes him a little harder than others? I mean, Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whitaker, has been around forever and has challenged for many titles in the last 2 to 3 years.
DDP, I don't think is selling as Hazmat Sean Strickland after Sean Strickland's comments recently on Hazmat.
But it's still Hazmat, dude. Like, he's got the entire Middle East and Russian delegation behind him.
Well, whoever he fights, people are going to be behind. He does have a good crowd. He brings a lot of injuries, a lot of, energy. I mean, he explodes walking out. Like, he doesn't just walk. He runs out, and then he explodes in the first round. It's just, can it carry until later rounds with these experienced, champions and contenders? We will see.
Who do you got?
I'm going to go Bobby Knuckles.
All right,
I'm going to go experience.
I'm going to roll with Hazmat. Shot bet?
Shot bet.
All right.
I just hope both contenders have
by 3rd round.
Fight. I just hope they have fun.
They have fun. I'm here for it. All right, main event of the evening. This fight has yo girl not being able to sleep at night because I don't know who I like more between Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria.
Out of Spain.
España.
But also someone who had joined with Georgia wrestling and training, which is great because Georgians are some of the best wrestlers out there. And then you have Max Holloway. I mean, when he walks out to the song Kickboxer, Hawaiian song, but his boxing's so crisp. He uses accuracy, coming off a huge knockout at 155 over Justin Gaethje. I love this because Ilia comes out so explosive and so quick.
Not just that. I was listening to Good Guy, Bad Guy with DC and Chael Sonnen. And Chael kept making this point that Ilia's doing something that we haven't seen since maybe Conor McGregor. And what he was talking about is Ilia has gone full heel, talking all that good shit.
Yeah.
Anytime he's got a mic in his hand, he is putting himself out there. He's talking himself up. He's trying to get Max to buy into the bullshit, which, Max doesn't play that game.
Yeah.
But Ilia's making a name for himself. He's so popular in Spain that they have bullfighting arenas that seat over 100,000 people wanting him to fight there.
Well, yeah, no, he's becoming a big superstar. I mean, when I hear playing the bad guy, I mean, Chael and Tito Ortiz were the first good. I think obviously Conor on the international stage made that big. But bad guy or not, to me it's about the skill set. And nobody has stopped Volkanovski outside of Islam. And, how quick and the guys he has beaten in this division, even Brad Mitchell, who's not easy to put away, submits him. And the way he overwhelmed Josh Emmett, who's a very strong wrestler, his tool is all together. The question is, for him, dealing with the range, dealing with a guy like Max Holloway who has seen it all. He's beat one of the greatest featherweights still to this day is Jose Aldo. Been in there with Volkanovski. It's just technically sound in his IQ. The reason why I do side with Robert Whittaker is fight IQ. So that's going to be the question. I think this fight favors Ilia earlier, but the longer it goes, that's where Max Holloway. He likes to be in a dogfight.
Yep, I agree with you. I think if Ilia's going to win this, he's got to wrap it up early and often. And I think he's going to have to use his ground game. We're not used to seeing Max on the ground. We know Max is the most elite striker in the game, and that's why I fell in love with the Blessed Express.
I'm going to go my MMA knowledge. Max can grapple. He's had some nasty darts and guillotine chokes in those long arms.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not what you see all the time, but his ground game is really underrated. We haven't seen him on his back as much. I mean, in not a long time. Last time was Dustin Poirier, and that was 2012, early 20-year-old Max. My only concern is I love seeing Max at 155, just cutting down. He looked a lot faster. That's going to be my only worry. Max is one of those guys, he beats everybody in his division, and I think he has the tools. I'm just worried with the cut, the explosiveness.
I also feel like we're in a new era. Like, you look at all the champions, they're all younger, they're newer faces, they're fresher faces, they're more well-rounded. Not saying that Max isn't well-rounded, but that's kind of in the trend lately. And it's really hard for me to think that it's going to take a step back. And I hate saying that because, like I said, Max Holloway is one of my favorite fighters all time.
I love Max. I'm going to go Ilia. He edges him. Actually, it's going to be a fight. I think Max is not easy to be put away, but I think he'll do enough to take the decision.
I'm fully on board with the fact that Ilia's got to do it in round 3. And if he doesn't do it in round 3, it's going to be Max. And given what I know about Max Holloway, like you said, he's very hard to put away. I'm going to go Max by decision. He's going to point to the center of the octagon with 15 seconds left in the 5th round, and they're going to be slanging and banging, and Max will win by decision.
But can I add a counter? I know you say decision, but if he's got it in 3, and usually how Ilya controls usually those first 3 rounds, will Max be up?
What?
What I'm saying is, like, if you're saying, like, he's got to do it in 3, right? And Ilya usually controls those first 3 rounds. That's where he's, like, can you even make it? Like, that's my point. It's just, like, I feel like
if anybody can, it's Max.
There's a possibility for sure. I think this is, either way, I think every round's going to be a dogfight.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
A scrap.
The fights are in Abu Dhabi. Starts at 1 p.m. Central Time. We'll be at Maple Landing.
Yes.
Having a great old time. We'll post all the information.
We'll post data too. We can post stats.
All the information to our socials. So if you're not following us, go to pouringtakes.com. Links out to all of our socials. Get all the information. Come have some $6 whiskey with us.
Yes, or multiple. We don't count.
We're not counting. Save space. Save space.
That's all right, man. We're just having a good time.
Yeah, that's what it is. We're watching some fights. Other sports will be on as well. Great place. All right, Rayya. So this tonight starts the official for the NBA. Thursday for our Dallas Mavs. How are you feeling?
I'm pumped.
We've kind of previewed a little bit. I am ready. I've been ready since those finals ended. I've been ready since the Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall.
I wore my Luka t-shirt earlier today.
Spencer did it. I mean, here we go.
Trying to see
And
those
playing the
James
Spurs.
boys in action.
Fuck the Spurs.
I just want to see the James boys go out there. And
You want to
tag
see
team.
what?
Those James boys.
Oh, that's going to be on later today. And then they're going to, like, demote him to the G League after.
Do you think that's going to happen?
Yes.
We got the Spurs, though, coming to Dallas. Spurs with Chris Paul
Blech.
joining them.
No, that Castle kid will be a star. It's not going to be Chris Paul.
Well, I'm just throwing Chris Paul in as one of those veterans that added.
Castle and Wemby are the future of the NBA.
How do you think?
What?
Is this beer chupacabra?
Oh, yeah, it is.
There you go.
Oktoberfest chupacabra.
Yeah,
All right.
there we go. We got a party. But how does this go down, Rayya?
Between the Mavs and the Spurs?
Yeah.
I'd like to think the Mavs are going to take this. We're at home. We're coming off of being in the NBA Finals. We need to start our season strong.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Especially starting at home. And I just feel the energy with this new cast, with the current cast. Luka, you already said this is time for Luka MVP.
Season
it has to start
7
Thursday.
for 77.
It has to start Thursday. Especially, they're already going to be starting off healthy, knock on wood, between now and then. I think this is wood under here.
I believe it's wood. If it's the same
a
as
pro
that,
wrestler
it's
could
wood.
go through this, I think. Don't do it, though. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. Mavs basketball back. Who do you think is going to kind of stand out first? Outside of the normal crew.
I think they're going to do a good job of showcasing Klay and making sure that he is comfortable on this team, that he's getting the touches, that he's getting the minutes, that he's getting the looks. I think that's very important as the season goes down. I'd hate for us to start hot with Kyrie and Luka and then be like, okay, Klay, your turn.
Yeah.
I think you really have to lead with Klay.
I agree. You brought him in. You got to play him in. I don't know if that makes sense.
I can't with you.
But this team is more all-in than some. Woo, we're here.
We're here. Again, we are at Four Corners Brewery.
Yes.
Right here in the Cedars in Dallas.
Yes.
Tuesday
Beautiful
night,
Cedars.
we're at a beer pong tournament for charity, which
Pong
is even
for a
cooler.
cause.
Which
it is heating up. I'm kind of watching it on my peripherals. I got those for my mascot days.
Oh, your
And
mascot days.
It's been good. There's a lot of, from what I could tell, very competitive. We have passionate fans chiming in here.
Chiming in, hearing
We'll
us
get to
talk
meet with them
sports.
here in a second. So also, we like to be doing a lot of vlogging here.
Yeah. I can't wait to get
So-
on this floor.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
I want to know what that is back there. There's like a setup with like 7 TVs.
Oh, no, I don't know.
It looks like a camera. cute photo op.
So-
We'll post everything soon.
So, Rayya, we're going to go into a Halloween Monday coming up.
Oh,
I'm
nuts.
going to ask you, what's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, I don't like scary
Oh,
movies.
that's right. Okay, well, what's your favorite Halloween costume? Well, I guess we could do this on Monday, but I'll still ask you, what's your favorite, like, Halloween costume?
Like one that I've worn or like one
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen? I think the year that I was Shigo was the best.
That was a good one.
That was like my character.
Oh, I like the social.
Thank you.
Shuga was good. I like the social butterfly. That was creative.
I can't believe you remember my Halloween costumes.
Social, but well, that was our Fortis. Shout out to Fortis. Fortis Halloween parties, always fun. A couple years ago, I did a Captain Obvious.
That's funny.
From Hotels.com.
I remember. I used to work for Hotels.com.
And then in
That's
college, me and my
hilarious.
buddies did Always Sunny, A Nightman Cometh. Tanner, you know that episode.
I sure do.
Yeah. Tanner, what was your? I know we'll probably continue to talk Halloween on Monday, but do you have a favorite Halloween costume you've worn?
That I've ever worn?
Yeah.
Probably the most, my most fun, I got to be Doc Holliday for a couple of years.
Oh, that's awesome. I can see that.
Walking around gunslinging, hacking blood
Did
into
you
a
say,
rag.
can I be
and-
your Huckleberry?
I'll be your Huckleberry. That's that. Everybody gets that wrong.
Yeah.
It's not I'll be your Huckleberry. It's I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm it. I'm not being nothing. I am. He's
Shout
so
out to
right.
the great Val Kimmer
True dat.
there.
What are you going to be for Halloween this year?
So she mentioned Shugo. I'm reverting back to a 2022 Old Faithful. I'm going to be Obi-Wan. And my dog is
Hello
going to
there.
have a new rendition of his Chewbacca.
Oh, goodness.
unicorn.
Not Chewie.
Yeah, it's fitting. Everything I put him in is usually
You
Star
know,
Wars.
I was looking at doggy costumes for both my dogs, and I saw the spider, and I was like, could you imagine Romo as a gigantic spider?
That'd be a big tarantula.
Darling.
With his big little Romo eyes. He'll be mad at me. I've always wanted to make I've always wanted to do Lilo and Stitch with Romo. I want Romo to be Stitch and me to be Lilo.
That makes.
Very cute.
But now that I'm engaged and have another dog, it's like, wait, I have to factor in other people. Dang it.
Are we going to dress up for our next
Yes,
episode?
we are.
Yes, we are.
Okay, good.
And that'll be a surprise.
Yeah.
We'll let you know where we're going to be.
We
You
are
can
going to be
dress
at
up with us.
Underdog.
at Underdog
Oh,
here
we're
in
at Underdog.
Dallas.
I was getting beer.
And by the way, I don't know if I filled you guys in, so I'm going to let you know on the podcast, although you could probably already look. What's going to be extra awesome about Monday night is they do a pool tournament.
Ooh, another sport.
They do a pool tournament. I believe they also do a trivia. It's going to be a hodgepodge of a lot of sports going on. And we have the World Series going on this weekend, the
Rayya,
Yankees and Dodgers.
You should dress up as Jeanette Lee.
I should dress up as who?
Jeanette Lee, world-renowned pool player.
You should. Hey, we'll pull for you if you do that.
Jeanette Lee.
Okay.
Well, hey, by
Drake.
the way,
Yeah.
the World Series does begin this Friday. I know the Rangers aren't in it. It's our subject. We're still champions
We're
until otherwise.
champions until we're not.
How's your fiance doing? Yankees are in it,
He's
and the
very,
Dodgers.
Very excited.
Let's go Dodgers.
He was hoping for a Subway
Okay.
Series. He wanted Yankees and Mets, but that obviously didn't happen. He's been a wreck these last couple games. It's funny being on like the other side because last year was my turn and I'd be in front of the TV doing this nonsense. Now it's his turn.
Well, okay, let's go around the table. Predictions for the World Series.
Who has home field advantage? Does it start in LA?
I think it's the Dodgers.
I believe it does start in LA. So LA has home field advantage.
I'm going Dodgers.
They do
I'm
2,
going
3,
Ohtani.
2, right? 2 games in LA, 3 games in New York,
Yeah.
2 games in LA. Okay. In that case, I gotta say Yanks in 6.
That's a happy household.
Yikes.
You going Dodgers?
I'm all Shohei Ohtani, baby. The greatest
know what?
player to ever play the game.
I think it's going to be a great series.
I want him to win the World Series when he's pitching and hitting.
That would be good.
You know
Well,
what?
they may
There's
win
always
two.
next year.
They may win too.
It's very hard to repeat in baseball. We
No,
all know
I know.
this.
I think it's going to be a great series, though. I would have loved the Subway Series, too. But
As a red-blooded American, a Subway Series would be best.
Yes.
But as a citizen of the world, having the entire country of Japan tune into the MLB, that's a good thing.
I think it's going to be a battle.
I mean, you're not wrong, but my family's from New York. My fiance's from New York.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I
Is your family and your betrothed, are they on the same side?
Yeah, they're all New York Yankee fans.
Ah, gross.
That was one of the reasons. It was funny when Steven and I first started dating. He was wearing a Yankee jersey in his Hinge profile. And I swiped right thinking, oh, he's going to be a fuckboy. This will be fun.
I'll say this. If the Yankees win, I'm fine with it. I have a lot of Yankee friends that are Yankees fans. My dad, growing up, was a Mickey Mantle. He was a Yankees fan. There was no teams in Miami back then, in Florida, so there's a lot of history there.
Hey.
And I
the
love
Yankees
Aaron Judge.
have Giancarlo Stanton, who started in Miami.
Yeah, and I like
That's
Aaron
true.
Judge. I like Aaron Judge. So I just want a really good series.
I do this bit whenever Aaron Judge comes to the plate. They always say, all rise.
Yeah.
So I say, all sit down.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, that brought me
I still
back.
like to troll him.
Right.
Did you ever see that Vine? The guy who was like, "All rise, fries,
Oh,
dies."
some fries.
You ever see that? Like anything that rhymes?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. You know what I'm talking about, Tanner. Go
Yes, I
watch
do.
on Vine. I love that TikTok.
Yeah, go watch
will
it on
rehash
Vine.
old Vines.
That's true. It does do
you
that.
know, TikTok took Vine away, right?
But guys, in the club, we all fam.
Yes, that
In
is
the
true.
club.
In the club,
We all fam.
fam.
All right, so are we ready to get involved with some of this Pong?
Yeah, let's go play some Pong.
Let's do it. All right, guys, we'll catch us next Monday night, Underdog.
Or at Maple Landing on Saturday for some UFC action.
Until next time.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.